Greetings students. In this video, I am going to discuss what is accounting and what are the characteristics of accounting. Students, watch the video properly and the complete video. Listen each and every term and the word used by me. Trust me, you would be able to understand the meaning of accounting completely without any doubt. I am not taking any definition as a base in order to clear the concept of accounting. Let's discuss it, that what accounting is in reality. Firstly, students, you must know that accounting system is required in all types of organizations, whether it is a very small organization, medium organization, and large organization like multinational companies. Accounting system is required because this system helps us in maintaining the financial records of the business in a proper manner. Now coming to the point, what is accounting? Students, accounting includes the first step. I would start with that, identification of financial transactions. Students, in every organization there may be two types of transactions, financial and non-financial. Non-financial transactions means which are not related to finance. For example, a customer is appreciating the quality of the product. A visitor is appreciating the management system in the organization. However, the informations are crucial and important, but these do not affect the financial position of business. Financial position means capital, assets, and liabilities. There is no change after the effect of these non-financial transactions. So what are the financial transactions? The transactions which directly affect the financial position of the business. Financial position means they directly affect capital or liabilities or assets of the business. It is the result of financial transaction. So simultaneously I told you the non-financial and financial transactions. So in accounting, as an accountant or as a commerce student, you must know that we have what are the financial transactions, like salary paid to a worker, financial transaction; purchased goods for cash or by check, financial transaction; purchased furniture from the market, financial transaction; then sold goods to the customers, financial transaction. Because these are the transactions or events or activities which can be easily converted into money, converted into funds, and these affect the financial position of the business. The first thing, coming to the meaning of accounting, identification of financial transaction. In accounting, we have to identify the financial transactions, and then these financial transactions are recorded in books of accounts. After identifying that these transactions are financial transactions, these are recorded into the books of accounts. And what are the books of accounts? I tell you, the books of accounts, journal. This is the original book of accounts. If the size of the business is small, all the transactions can be recorded through journal only. Journal entries are passed in this book of account. If the size of the business is large, so obviously large number of transactions take place daily. In that case, this journal is subdivided into journal proper and other subsidiary books like cash book, purchase book, sales book, and some other subsidiary books are there. So understand again, after identifying the financial transaction, these are recorded into the books of accounts, and the books of accounts are journal or journal proper, and some subsidiary books, cash book, purchase book, sales book, purchase return, sales return, these are the books actually. After recording, remember one thing, in these books, transactions are recorded into chronological order, in mixed form, like transaction of expenses, then transaction of revenue, then assets, then liabilities. These are recorded in mixed form in a chronological order, date wise, as and when the transaction take place. Further, after recording the transaction in the books of accounts, what we do? Classification. The third step is classifying. Classifying is what? Preparing ledger. Ledger is a chief book of accounts in which the entries made in journal and subsidiary books are transferred to ledger. And ledger is what? Ledger is a book in which different accounts are maintained. In which different accounts are maintained. For example, on page number 1 we have cash account, page number 2 bank account, page number 3 purchase account, page number 4 sales account, page number 5 capital account, like this. The classification helps to prepare a summary of books of accounts. And if you want to have an update knowledge of any transaction, like up to a particular date you want to know the total sale, you need not to see the journal, you need not to see the purchase book or sale book. No, you have to see purchase account in ledger. That will give you the detail of purchases made on different dates and total purchases made so far. If you want to have knowledge of sales made up to a particular date, don't see the journal, you have to see the ledger only. So ledger is very helpful in this. All entries made into journal and subsidiary books are transferred, and transfer of entries into ledger is termed as posting. So students, so far I discussed 3 steps. That accounting includes identification of financial transaction, then recording into books of accounts, then classification. Then what after classification? That is summarizing. Summarizing is what? Preparing summary of the books of accounts. When we maintain the books of accounts, you want to know the summary also. You want to know the results of the business. So at the end of the year, on the basis of the ledger balances, trial balance, trading and profit and loss accounts are prepared to know the profit of the business, and a balance sheet is prepared to know the financial position of the business. This is how we summarize the books of accounts, and we come to know the actual results of the business. And after summarizing, these results are interpreted and communicated to the concerned parties. That means interpretation. After preparing a summary of the business results, these are reported to the concerned people like investors, bankers, moneylenders, customers, government authorities, businessmen, workers, etc. so that they can make their decision about their association with the business, whether they want to continue this business or not, or whether money invested by them is safe in the business or not. It is their legal right, and this is done through accounting. So friends, what is accounting? Now come to the point. In a sequence, accounting includes identification of financial transaction, recording of the financial transaction in the books of accounts, classification into ledger accounts, then preparing the summary and interpreting the results thereof and reporting them to the concerned parties. This is all about is accounting. So students, now I believe you have come to know that accounting is literally important for all businesses and the concerned people. Now, what are the characteristics, features, or attributes of accounting? Students, remember one thing: well defined is half done. If this meaning and definition is clear to you, out of this you can yourself write up the characteristics like I am going to do, and please try to follow and understand this. The first point is identification of financial transaction. So this is what the first feature is: identification. Identification of financial transaction. This is the first feature of accounting. That with the help of accounting, you can easily identify the financial transactions. And the second feature is recording in books of accounts. Once you identify that a transaction is a financial transaction, that is duly recorded through the books of accounts in journal and other special purpose subsidiary books like cash book, purchase return, sales return book, and other books as well. And this is called recording. And third step is classification. Students, now I think you have understood whatever is explained in the definition, that you need to explain through the attributes also, because features means what? Extension of definition. If definition is extended, that is explained in detail, that become what? Characteristics. So third step is classification. The entries recorded through the journal and subsidiary books are transferred to ledger accounts, and this transfer is called posting. And the fourth point is summarizing preparing a summary of the ledger accounts at the end of the year in order to know the results of the business. And in this, we close the ledger accounts. On the basis of the ledger balances, we prepare a trial balance, and then on the basis of trial balance, firstly, trading account and profit and loss account is prepared. That gives you the net profit or net loss earned or incurred by the business. And secondly, you prepare balance sheet, which gives you the knowledge of financial position of the business. Financial position means position of assets, liabilities, and capital. And fifth one is interpretation and reporting. Remember that in the fourth step, we prepared a summary, but that is not enough. We have to explain that summary. We have to interpret that summary. That what is the amount of net profit earned in comparison to the net sales? What is the net profit ratio? What is the gross profit ratio? We have to explain that in an understandable manner, and that is required to be reported to the concerned people, the persons who are directly or indirectly connected with the business organization, so that they can make their business decision. So this is all about characteristics of accounting. So students, let's have a brief review of accounting. Accounting refers to identification of financial transaction, their recording into books of accounts, and then posting into ledger, that is called classifying, then preparing the summary, I means knowing about the net results of the business, and finally interpreting the results thereof and reporting them to the concerned parties. So students, I believe the concept is literally clear to you. If you find that this video is useful, press the like button. Share it with your commerce friends. And if channel not yet subscribed, subscribe the channel for new and latest videos relating to your syllabus.